Welcome to Today in Ecuador. I'm Carlos Favara. Today we're at Unita University, UNITA, the Technological University of America, which has a branch in Cuenca. And the director of the English program is Maria Cecilia Gonzalez. Good morning, Maria Cecilia.
Good morning. Nice to have you here, Carlos.
Thank you so much. I would like to ask you if you can give us an overview of the English programs that are offered here at Unita.
Okay, we do offer a program for true beginners, false beginners, up to a high intermediate level. So the thing is that the students must present, first of all, a placement exam. And after that, according to the level they acquire, according to that test, they are going to be located in different positions. Many of them are students who already were living in the US or were living in other countries, so they already know the thing about how to speak English. But so many of them do not really know how to write, how to use proper structures of grammar, and we help them with that. So the main thing we have here is to teach them either through classes that are at most with 25 students, at least 15 students in every single class, or tutorials which are one-to-one classes, or at most 3 students with a single professor teaching that class.
This concept of tutorials is new to me. I was not aware that they had a tutorial programs of any kind here. How does that work, the tutorials, Cecilia?
The tutorials are usually for students who present a very specific necessity for learning. Let's say, for example, they need to take a TOEFL exam. So they are already supposed to have a pretty good level of English, and they are evaluated for that. And later on, they take only the courses that are supposed to be specifically focused to the TOEFL test.
Mm.
And there are lots of materials that comes for preparation for the TOEFL. Let's say CDs, videos, texts that can allow you to teach tutorials through that. So this is one option.
Right.
Another option is that there are students who present lots of problems being in a course with the rest of the students. So the thing is that being with the rest of the group, they feel shy, they feel frustrated about not improving quite a lot in front of the other students.
Are these the slower or the faster students we're talking about?
The slower students usually.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the faster students feel frustrated because they cannot advance as fast as they could because of the other students, or this is at least what I think.
Right.
But with the slower students, especially the timid guys who come from not cities, but a country, usually the countryside, they are shy, they are introverted, they don't want to show how much they learn because they are afraid of their classmates, and they are afraid of being laughed at when they make a mistake, when they produce certain error or some problem. So that's the situation. When they present some situation like that, we try to offer them some extra classes that are one-to-one classes, individual classes.
One teacher, one student?
One teacher, one student.
Or maybe 1 to 3 or 1 to 2?
Yes,
Yeah.
those are the possibilities, yes, we have.
Is there an additional cost for that, or is that part of the program, or how does that work?
It is part of the program.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
it
that's
is part
good.
of the
That's
program.
good.
Yes.
That's very good.
Yes, so we usually have these students coming over here to the direction of English, and I will organize with the teacher of that course to prepare special classes for those students, and this teacher can pass on to me the information that is required for these students to improve. And then I would dedicate a special time to these tutorials, and I would be the teacher for those students.
You would be the teacher, or the other teacher would be the teacher?
No, I would have to be the teacher because I am already getting paid for developing all of these other activities. So We don't have to spend another teacher. I mean,
Right.
the university doesn't have to spend more money.
Right. So you've been here a long time here at the Unita English department. How long have you been here exactly?
Well, here at the university, I have been working as a teacher for 11 years. But since the opening of the Languages Institute, it's been in 2005, so it's been almost 7 years. Right.
So you've been teaching for about 4 years, and then what happened after 4 years? They opened the what?
They decided to remove the English as a subject from each of the careers, professional careers at the university. Let's say computer science, design.
And create its own department.
Yes.
Right.
And it was
Right.
specifically because when we were teaching to the same courses you would have with computer science students, for example, the situation would be that these students would have very different levels of English. Some of them have gone abroad and lived abroad or gone on interchange programs, and other students would come from the country. So the thing is that their levels were completely different and opposite, and they would cause interruptions in their process mutually. So the thing is that that's why we decided to have different levels independently from their careers, and also give them as a placement exam that would
Excellent,
place them
excellent.
in the precise position they would be.
Right. So you could have
according to their
you could have people from different majors. You could say in the same English class, and some of them, and most of them would be about the same level.
Exactly, exactly. As far as we are talking about general English, which would be from the first level of English till the 6th level of English. And after that, 7th and 8th would be for specific purposes, English for specific purposes, ESP we call it. And then just 2 more levels for those careers that really require a high proficiency in conversation in English. Let's say marketing and international negotiation, hotellery and tourism, and also there is another, English teaching. Yes. So they are the 3 careers that require to have 10 levels of English, especially for developing and perfecting their level of English.
Right. I want to ask you something. Let me see if I can remember here, because sometimes I try to be so professional, like the top interviewers, but that's when you prepare everything. But I had a good concept here. Let me think if I can remember it here. Plans. Man, it's like I haven't had lunch, so my system is just not up to par.
Oh yeah, I am feeling exactly the same thing. So if you start listening to something that it's not exactly music to your ears, it's hunger, right?
Yeah, no, it's just I know myself, you know. But the good thing about this, you can edit, you know, you can put in something else and then just,
Right.
Let's see. I wanted to. Well, let me just follow my gut feeling, and I'll probably the idea will probably resurface. I want to compliment you on the fact that you've learned English as well as you speak it without having traveled or lived in the. I mean, have you ever lived or traveled outside Ecuador? I mean, like to the U.S., for example.
I traveled to the U.S. when my daughter was 12 years old, which is basically almost 3 years ago. And at that time, I offered her as a prize, if she learned a pretty good level of English during her elementary school, I would take her to Disney World.
Oh my God.
Yes, when she would be 15 years old. So the thing is that at that time, well, not 15 years old, 12 years old actually, and at that time she was that able to go and speak by herself, and we did it. We traveled to the U.S., but before that I had never had a chance to travel. Even I had a visa. I had a residence visa because my parents had a residence visa for the U.S. But the thing is that because of many different reasons in my life, I never had a chance to travel.